Top Gun Maverick has flown into theaters, and this film was directed by Joseph Kosinski, and he's done films like Only the Brave, Tron Legacy, and also Oblivion. Before I get into my thoughts about this new film, I'd like to ask if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, comment below your thoughts, and also turn the notification bell so you never miss any video that I make. And now without further ado, let's fly away. After more than 30 years of service as one of the Navy's top aviators, Pete Mitchell is where he belongs, pushing the envelope as a courageous test pilot and dodging the advancement in rank that would ground him. The film stars Tom Cruise, Jennifer Connelly, Miles Teller, Val Kilmer, John Hamm, Charles Parnell, Louis Pullman, Monica Barbero, and many others. So Top Gun Maverick is going really strong right now, and I know what you guys are thinking as this review is going on. Ryan, why are you just now reviewing this? This movie has been out for 3 weeks. Well, to tell you the truth, guys, I really had no intention of seeing this movie, but after watching reviews, and then my stepdad and mother wanted to see this movie, I went ahead and tagged along with them and my wife, and, my mother and stepdad haven't seen a movie in a while, of years, so it was cool for them to go back to a theater and experience this, and I thought, what the heck not? I'll go and check it out. Everybody is saying that it's really good. I've never seen the original, so this was new material for me. So I was just really excited to see a movie with my family, and just, for the fact that they haven't gone in so long. And I just wanted to try to see something that's a little bit more out of my element, as I really just don't really have like a real big relationship with Tom Cruise as an actor. I guess because maybe in the past I just didn't really care for his movies, but after watching this movie, I definitely would be interested in seeing some of his other films. I think the biggest shock for me is, I went to the theater on a 7 o'clock showing on a Saturday night, and the theater was absolutely packed. I mean, I haven't gone to a theater that was that packed, since No Way Home. But the positives that I have for this film is I think Tom Cruise's character, he's just a smartass, and his character really embraces the role. He's pushing the boundaries of these kids in the Navy, and he wants the best for them, and he's constantly ticking off the other captains in the military, which is pretty funny to really watch on screen. And then the film has really great visuals, as it feels you're right there in the cockpit with these planes riding high above the ground, and they really did have these characters fly in these planes and teach them the movements of the camera and the different angles, and they also went through extensive training. So to go with those great lengths, to prepare for a film, it's really astonishing to just hear about. And then I also like the style, as it reminded me a little bit of the 80s feel, with a little bit of a modern feel. The 80s music, I love the opening with Danger Zone from Kenny Loggins. I thought it was the perfect song. You put 80s music in a film and they're just ballads that just live on forever. You have Take My Breath Away in this. And then you also have Miles Teller singing Great Balls of Fire on a piano, which was just awesome to see. And then you also have a little bit of a beach scene with the song I Ain't Worried by One Republic. And that was just really cool. I just love the mix of music in this. And then the action of the movie itself, it's really good. The film has lots of humor. My audience was completely cracking up at the humor. It has enough action, especially the last 30 minutes of the film. There's romance. It builds some tension. There's some serious moments, very touching moments that makes you root for these kids to succeed. Nothing pays off more when you can accomplish your training and prepare for the high stakes situations that these characters get themselves into. And as far as negatives for this film goes, I didn't really have a lot. They're just kind of nitpicky kind of negatives. But the first one is the romance between Tom Cruise and Jennifer Connelly. Now, I've never seen the first film, so I don't know if that romance was more developed in the first film. Because in this film, it just felt kind of thrown in and kind of slapped in, and it felt a little cheesy, and it didn't come off as very authentic, but, maybe that was more developed in the first film. You can comment below and let me know if that is true. I do have plans to watch the first film, so I will check it out eventually and compare to this film as well. And then I also wish that we had a little bit of time with some of the other side characters, as there's some really cool side characters in this, and I think sometimes they don't get to shine throughout the film as much as they should. But other than that, I really didn't have any other negatives for this film. I thought this was a really cool experience. Like I said, I haven't been in a theater in so long that had this much audience, except for, No Way Home. Most of the time when I go to films, I only have like a few people, and I guess it's just the times that I pick and some of the movies that I pick. So it was just really, cool, 3 weeks in, that this film was really packed, and, the audience was really well behaved. So it's really great when you have a packed audience and they can behave and not be disruptful, and, you could just enjoy the experience. So this was a really good experience for me, and just an experience I think that I really needed, because with Tom Cruise in the past, like I said, I just felt that I've never really gotten much into his movies, but I think that this was a good movie for me to really start back on and see if I can really get on to some of the movies that he is in. And I did really enjoy this, so I do want to check out some of his other movies. But I also want to thank all the YouTubers that had all the positive reviews, because that's really what got me to go see this movie. So your reviews on YouTube, they do kind of convince me to see stuff sometimes. So there are many YouTubers I watched that reviewed this movie and said that it was really good. So I'm really glad that I gave it a chance. Thank you guys for watching this review, but before I go, I'm going to let you know that my score of this film is a 4 out of 5. It's a really good film. It's definitely in my top 10 for the year, and that is my score of the film. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next review.